Good day, folks. Welcome to Andrew's Life. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. I'm just here to vent a little bit. I'm going to try to not make this video super long. But I gotta say, ever since I've decided to leave my job and to get my house up in Indiana put together, do more things over here, it's been a bit of a nightmare. It's been a bit of a frustration. Because see, initially, my plan was to get my house up in Indiana fixed up and ready for a tenant. And the time frame that I was looking at was a month. Because the people that I hired to do the work for me, it was understood that everything was going to be done and ready within a month, and I was going to be able to get a tenant in it to make money. Now, and that's one of the main reasons why I chose to not do the work myself. Because if I would have went up there and done the work myself, it would have took a lot longer, and I don't think I would have done as good of a job. So I figured it'd be better to have somebody else do the work up there, and then I come down here and I do what I gotta do down here in my yard before it starts getting warm and everything starts to fill out and grow out and everything. Unfortunately, so far it's been, like I said, it's been crazy. Like here, I called a tree company several days ago to come out here to give me some estimates of what it would cost to do some work around here. And the first time I called, they told me, okay, they'll call me back. Well, it took them a day to call me back. So they called me back. We talked for a little bit. He told me to text him some pictures. So I did. And then I gave him a text and I asked them if they received the pictures. I'm pretty sure they did, but I just wanted to make sure. And that was a couple of days ago. So here we are 2 days later. I still have not heard as much of a word from these people. In fact, these people told me a couple of days ago that they were going to come out today after I sent the pictures and everything, they're going to come out today to look at what I had going on and give me an estimate of what it would cost. Well, clearly that's not going to happen today because the day is almost over. So that frustrates me. And also, as far as it goes for the house up in Indiana, I hired people to go up there and do some painting, and they completely, they did a slop job. In my humble opinion, they did a slop job. Yesterday I had my girlfriend go to my house to check on things for me, and I forgot what they called it, but we Skyped each other. I forgot what the proper terminology is, but basically we FaceTime each other. She called me, and then I had her up on my camera. So she was able to show me my house, and she was able to show me everything that was done as far as it goes to the painting. Because I hired some painters to go out there and paint, and also, fill in a few minor cracks just to make things look a little nicer. Now, when they first got there to do the work, I was still up in Indiana. But then after that, I decided to pack up and leave and come back down here to Alabama. Because like I said, I had things to do on this house. And plus there were a few other minor things I needed to accomplish as well. So I came back down here to take care of all that. And I'm thinking, while they're working on the house up there, I can do what I gotta do down here. Well, the paint job was slop. It was a crap job. It looked like an amateur did it, and I'm disappointed. So now I have to go back up to Indiana, probably sometime next week or so, and I have to call these people to come back out to my property and do that stuff and do some of that stuff over and do it right. So the fact that I have to babysit a bunch of grown people, because you got grown people that don't want to do what the hell they're supposed to do, that kind of pisses me off. And I got to thinking, you know, if I were to put a tenant in that house and for whatever reason something in that house were to get tore up or malfunction or quit working, whatever the case might be, and the tenant gave me a call, I would have to turn around and find somebody to go out there and rectify that situation. And if I hire someone to go out there to rectify the situation, and then I find out after the fact that they either A, they didn't do it correctly, or B, they did it half-ass, which as far as I'm concerned, that's the same as not doing it correctly, that means I would have to probably call somebody else to go out there and do what they're supposed to do. There's even a chance I would have to go up there myself, drive all the way up to Indiana, and check on that person's work to make sure they did what they were supposed to do, make sure that they did it correctly, which is very time consuming for me. And it's a huge drain on my energy. I just don't like having to babysit a bunch of grown people. And I also cannot stand to work with contractors who do not have good communication. And that has basically been my issue so far, because I had some other work I needed done to that house. Like I wanted some new floors put in. I also wanted a new cabinets and counters put into the kitchen as well. All that was supposed to be done next week. Well, I got a call, I got a call this morning, and the company that was supposed to do all that for me, they told me they're not going to be able to do it by next week. And it was confirmed just the other day that they were going to do all that by next week. And now they're telling me they can't do it by next week. So I asked them, well, when can they do it? They couldn't give me a date. They said, well, when we get close to when we can do that, we'll give you a call and let you know. So I said, okay. And then we hung up. And then I got to thinking. And I got to thinking, the way I'm doing things right now, is this how I want my life to be? I mean, do I really want to go into real estate? Do I truly want to be a landlord? Sometimes I wonder. I mean, a lot of people talk about leaving the city and living out in the country and therefore having an easier life. And again, I know for me, if I truly wanted my life to be easier, I would sell this property I have right now and I would move back to the city. And I was just thinking once again, would I truly be happier living back in the city where I'm closer to everything, to where the house is going to be a lot smaller, the lot size is going to be a lot smaller, I'm not going to have to maintain there as much. And then if I were to sell this house and move into the other house up in Indiana, I wouldn't have to worry about having a tenant. I wouldn't have to worry about all that. And my life would be easier. But then there's another part of me that's thinking, you know what? I'm not sure I'm ready to make that decision. I'm not sure I want to let go of this property here in Alabama. Like right now up in Indiana, it's cloudy, it's cold, and I know good and well it's super windy. As for where I'm at here, today the temperatures are in the mid 60s. Well, actually, they're in the upper, well, a little bit ago they were in the upper 60s, but I think they're cooled down into the mid 60s at this point. See, I'm wearing short sleeves. See, I'm wearing short sleeves. See, if I was up in Indiana, I would be having a heavy coat, a hat, and some gloves, because I'm out here holding a camera. I'm not sure how long I would even be able to do a video outside up in Indiana because of the camera. Because GoPro doesn't really care, you know, for cold weather. GoPro and cold weather do not get along. If you know, you know. But anyways, so after I got off the phone this morning, my mind started going back and forth once again. My mind started going back and forth between, you know, staying here or selling this house and going back up to Indiana. Now I know in my heart what I truly would like to do. I mean, my heart truly is here in Alabama. It's truly here at my house here in Alabama, despite some of the inconveniences I'm going through with small things. And as far as my house up in Indiana, I mean, one of the reasons why I purchased that house was because my train of thought was, well, yeah, I wanted to buy it as an investment property so I can make a little bit of money off of it. But my train of thought also was, in the event that things down here didn't go so well and I was unable to make a living down here, I can sell this house down here and move back up to Indiana. And a part of me is starting to wonder whether I made the right decision or not. I don't know. And I don't know. Because my plan initially was, once I got the house up in Indiana put together, I was going to come back here to Alabama and either I was going to take a road trip, and then after I took that road trip, I was going to come back home and look for a job, or B, I was just going to come home and look for a job. So right now, my schedule is kind of sort of in limbo because I know that I'm going to have to go back up to Indiana to get more things done to the house up there. And some of you are probably asking, well, why don't I just go ahead and find somebody else to do the work? And I will get to that part on a later video. I will get to that part on a later video. So yeah, so for those of you that you want to quit your job, you want to live out in the country in the middle of nowhere, you want to go into real estate, I'm hoping that this video will give you something to think about. So again, if you're looking to quit your job for real estate, or you're looking to quit your job because you want to live out in the country and you think everything is going to go good because you're in the country, you want to start your YouTube channel and all that good stuff, I mean, for one, if you choose to go that path, I wish you the best of luck. But I'm going to also tell you that it is not, for most of you, it would not be recommended that you quit your job to do real estate, or you quit your job to move out in the country. Like I said, there were several reasons why I chose to let my job go. There's reasons that I'm not going to discuss online here, but there are several reasons why I let the job go. Now, if things would have been a little different, I would have kept that job, but it is what it is. And that's all I got for this one. I don't know what else to say. Stay blessed.